The Abbey Carpet Business Empowerment Series is a Rehmann podcast geared toward franchisees. Our industry professionals will link real clients and experiences to the relevant business solutions and topics affecting the franchise industry today. Enjoy the episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Empower Your Purpose by Rehmann. My name is Brett Nesbit, and I'm your host. And today's topic is our great client and business partner over the last 10 years, Abbey Carpet Co. Now, we could go on and on about all the great and wonderful things that they do, but I'd much rather have them do that. So let me introduce our guest today. We have Mr. Bill Wilson, Executive Vice President and Marketing Director for Abbey Carpet. Bill, welcome.
Thank you.
And Mr. Ted Dlugokienski, Chief Operating Officer, Chief Financial Officer, and CPA. Now, Ted, I have a question for you just to get started.
Sure.
Do you remember, this was on my test when I took the exam, do you remember exactly what CPA stands for?
Certified Public Accountant.
Well, maybe for some, but for those of us in Rehmann, it stands for can't pass again. So just so you know. That's the only accounting joke I have, and it's not very funny, but I got to start somewhere.
Yes.
So anyways, guys, thank you for coming. We're so glad to have you here today. Really want to do a deep dive into some of the great things you guys do with your members. Like I said, we've been with you for 10 years now. We have learned so much about your business and really about all the wonderful things you guys do with, I don't know, how many is it now? How many members do you have now?
We're somewhere right around 700 members.
Wow. I mean, coast to coast, right? Across the country, everywhere.
Yep. With two brands, Abbey Carpet Floor and Floors to Go.
Yep, and Floors to Go. So really want to talk about that. But I'd like to start with, if you don't mind, is talk about convention this last year in Nashville. You've always been very gracious to have us come along. We've been coming for a long time. You always give us a chance to speak and all that sort of thing. And this year just looked like it was a really, really good event. So Bill, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, convention is the most important time of the year for us and our members. It's a time for us to be face-to-face, interact, have a good time, learn a few things. But this year, I seem to notice a lot of energy. People felt better. They were glad to be there. Might have had something to do with it being in Nashville. But,
yeah, that's not so bad, huh?
Yeah, which we enjoyed that. But there really was a positive feel. We also were noticing a little bit more of a younger vibe with next generation and possibly even third generation folks showing up and being along with their parents or grandparents. But that sort of energy was really cool to see too. And people were just genuinely interested in learning. They wanted to hear about things. They wanted to see what's available. They're busy throughout the year. They don't have time to really, go onto our website and read about what we do. So it's a great time for them to be re-energized, reintroduced to things and take advantage of that. And I thought it was really, really well. I liked it.
I would agree. I think the venue was great. The people showed up. They seemed active and engaged. Again, you always let us speak, and we had a lot of people this year. A really good turnout. Lots of people asking questions. So we really thought it was wonderful. Ted, what do you think?
It is our signature event each and every year. Always has been, and this one, certainly did not let us down. We had a increased level of attendance. We're kind of getting back on track coming out of COVID. A couple of years ago, we had to do the virtual thing. Always difficult when you're not there face to face. Nashville, enough said about that. I mean, I think it brought some additional people out just because it was Nashville. But we had some great things to talk about, and everybody who presented did a great job and really got everybody excited, and we look forward to next year, the next go round.
Well, we'll have to talk about that as we come to the end of this. There, you could give the big reveal if people don't already know as to where you're headed. So, one of the things I come away with each year is how much your members want to do with you guys. I mean, they want to do more, not less, which I think is really cool. And they identify that when they talk to us. They say, we love Abbey. We want more of them. So I think that's just something that's really nice that you guys can take advantage of.
Absolutely.
So, Bill, I know you've come to had a recent promotion here at the end of last year, beginning of this year. Tell us a bit about what you're doing and where you're going to take the new department.
Absolutely. Been with the company. I'm in my 24th year, not quite as much as Ted, but trying to catch up. But just recently, I was made Executive Vice President of Sales and Marketing. Of course, been in the marketing department and growing as that department has expanded over the years. To say we came from little to where we are today is an understatement. There's just been a lot of excitement. I guess I'm going to kind of sound like a cheerleader here, but it is really cool to see change and to be part of it, and to work in an organization that allows that change. And you know, we of course need to keep up with the times, and you know, digital is right in there. So natural fit for all of us as we grow in the department. I've been very involved with member recruitment for a very long time, meeting with prospective members and trying to nurture that relationship, explain the program, and that's just been happening more and more over time. So we saw a fit for this promotion to be more in that arena and work more on our member relationships as well as new relationships. Still keeping my toe in the marketing pond, but we have elevated some folks in there too, and have really set up the department to run very efficiently, and having more of a point person concept for each member, so they know who they're assigned to, they can get things done, they can get answers quickly. So that's all kind of built into this, you know, and we're still, I'll say, inventing some of the things that that I'll be doing, but it's, you know, again, just it's been a unique experience and a very positive one for me. I still enjoy coming in. I don't dread waking up and you know, pulling myself into work. It's something that I think is pretty unique, and has kept me there and kept me excited over these years. So looking forward to seeing what's next.
Even though you work with Ted every day, you still come in? Because
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Like you guys work at opposite ends of the building, though, I think. Right?
Try to, yeah.
Yeah.
Try to.
That's probably best.
Yeah. But, you know, bottom line is Bill's done a great job over the years, and really coming out of COVID, I guess it kind of really put us in a position to elevate our marketing department, because the fact of the matter is people needed it more than ever during COVID. And to Bill's credit and his team's credit, they reacted very positively, and provided the support that was necessary for our stores to continue going through that difficult time period. So, and then coming out of it, because everybody got this digital energy, if you will, it suddenly became the buzzword, even in the floor covering industry, where people were talking about digital websites. You know, get your website, your SEO, all the digital type buzzwords were running around our building, our competitors' buildings, our stores. They were asking for it. And so obviously we had to deliver, and again, to Bill's credit and his team's credit, they put it together. They put a package together very quickly and very efficiently. And I think probably the best in the industry in terms of what we can do for our members from a marketing standpoint, from a recruiting standpoint, and a you know, going after new stores. It also helps us kick the door down. You know, most of the guys in the industry, the floor covering people, they know floor covering. A lot of them don't know digital. A lot of them don't know technology. So that kind of sets us apart as well, because not only do we offer that as an option or a value added option for them, but it's also customized, which is also unique, I think, in the franchise world.
Well, Bill and I were talking about that before we got started today. And so let's touch on some of those things. Again, technology, you guys have embraced it. I mean, obviously we're in your shop quite a bit, and we see what's going on and see the energy and that sort of thing. So why don't we talk a little bit about, now you mentioned Salesforce, which our company uses as well. You know, we shared some stories about that. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how that's going for you?
Absolutely. We saw a need to bring in a program, if you will, a platform that could help us consolidate all of our different service modules that we had out there, and run it through one system where we could all have eyes on things, and narrowed it down to Salesforce. We've developed that over years, and we call it Floor Hub. So it is a customized Salesforce platform for us. And now just kind of announced at this convention that more member facing, and will eventually take place of some of our communication pieces. We have an intranet site and things like that, where they'll be able to use the Salesforce tool instead of all the different ones that we have. But that really opened up an opportunity for us to, as I said, develop the marketing specialist role, where these folks are assigned to stores, so they have kind of their book of business, if you will. It's put more, probably more pride in I'm helping my member and my book of business, that sort of thing. So that was a great platform. Obviously, to Ted's point about digital, it's everywhere. I don't have a conversation today with a prospective member or an existing member where we don't talk about digital marketing. Yes, we do some of the traditional stuff. We were built on a traditional model. Every once in a while, we do paper ads, we do magazine, we do newspaper, that sort of thing. But times have changed, and yes, COVID had a huge impact on people staying at home, people shopping online, really changed the game for a lot of things. But for us to have a solution to answer that and be where those consumers are was just a great time. We were fortunate enough to implement a room visualizer program on our websites before COVID hit. So we were able to watch the numbers there, and they just, skyrocketed, the usage of a room visualizer. And I can say for myself and my wife, we were stuck home in the month of April, I think it was. And I used the visualizer tool and showed her what our floors could look like in our house, because we lived with them for 18 years. And it took something like that. But what really happened overall is this behavior has become habitual. It's no longer a temporary fix for something because we're all social distance or whatever it was. It has become a habit and a shopping habit, and that's how people shop today of all ages. They're looking online, they're making their decisions. Of course, they want to go in and talk to somebody and have that expert really, sell them on the product or educate them on the product. But just all those things really helped from the web experience all the way through. Our digital marketing programs expanded greatly. We had a lot of them in place before as well, but again, the increase in usage and just taking that huge online audience and being able to steer them to marketing and advertising and promotions on a specific store's website and that sort of thing. So all that really helped change the way our marketing department functioned and has grown and continues to grow today. So all that's really been a neat evolution to see and be a part of.
Well, it's all about client service. Again, in our business, the same. We focus on what our clients want from us. We want to be there for them. And it is interesting. You guys have already had this, and we found this in our business, in my book of business, is that I now have clients all over the United States because of the digital transformation. I can Zoom call our client in Minnesota or Tennessee,
Right,
or whatever the case may be, and it's still a touch point. It's still that they see me and want me to help them with stuff. And you guys have been able to identify that and use it as well, which I think is really, really cool, really something special.
Yeah, it's no doubt it's expected. I think everybody expects that your first shopping experience, if you will, is going to start with a web search.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't capture them there, you're liable to lose them before you even get a shot at it. So what we have to offer, I think, is state of the art and world class. You go on our site, you see product on your floor, take a picture of your room. It's very compelling in terms of driving traffic into the store. We at this past convention, we added our lead generation program, and so it's kind of the next step. Person fills out a little form, and boom, the lead goes right directly to that store, and there's a management part of it that allows those leads to be managed on a daily basis by the store, and that's going to trigger volumes of additional business as we can follow up on those leads more efficiently than we ever could before.
So a client has this, one of your members has this. Are you able to teach and train and mentor from afar if to teach them how to learn how to use the product and
Oh yeah.
does it work for them?
And we see that across the board with our member prospecting and working with existing members, is we are able to jump on a virtual meeting and explain how to get through this. And we do. There are a lot of digital tools out there. We have a great set of digital tools that we use. Obviously, there's a lot of competition out there too. There are agencies and other companies that are doing the same kind of stuff, using the same kind of tools. And just to throw something else in there, that's probably the biggest differentiator that we have, is that our members are our partners, and we're not selling marketing and advertising services to keep our doors open. That's not our business model. Agencies are in that. They've got to sell advertising, they've got to mark it up, and they've really got to hit it hard, get the client, and then move on to the next, because they've got to build that. Ours, and this has come from Phil Gutierrez from day one since I've been there, is create marketing and advertising that is helpful, but make it a no cost to low cost. I'm not interested in trying to nickel and dime our members. They pay enough for everything else, but really the success is us developing these programs, driving traffic, and having that run through the program. So all that said, our systems and our tools are, as Ted said, state of the art. We never stand up and say we're better than everybody and smarter than anybody else, but we do care.
Well, Ted does.
I do. Well, I only state the facts.
Yeah, I mean, he just wants to be truthful, okay? He
Right.
just wants to be honest.
The numbers guy.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, Bill really hit it on the head. I mean, these are our members.
Mhm.
So
You
we
have
have
relationships with
we have a
them.
vested interest in making these
success,
guys
right?
successful, right? The guy that calls them up on a Tuesday afternoon and says, "Hey, I can do your digital for you for $1.99." They may catch a store's attention every now and then, but as soon as they hook them, they go away, and there's no service, there's no follow-up. I mean, the cool thing about our marketing side of the business is it really does give us a reason to talk to our members more frequently than ever before. Because when you're working with them on a week in, week out basis on campaigns and analyzing campaigns that were done previously, you're talking to them and you're connecting to them. And years ago that didn't happen. But now we have, a team of people that's their job,
Mhm.
to interact with our members. And, I won't say it's happened overnight, and we're still not where we want to be, but it certainly does give us that entree to garner their attention and really get to know them better and get to know what they're all about, and what, from there, it leads to our product side of the business, because, as you're talking about promotions and talking about websites and what to feature and everything else, you learn a lot about what's going on at the store level, what they're selling, what they're not selling. And so our marketing people are trained to have a sensitive ear, if you will. They hear things or don't hear things, and they either suggest things or refer them to our merchandising people, who can help them with, the best-selling floor covering display in the industry, or something that they missed at convention that they should have had, or why didn't they purchase this or that, given the type of business that they run. So you just learn a lot more than we ever. We get a lot more intel than we ever had, I guess, on a more frequent basis.
Well, and then you can use that data to help them with future
Absolutely.
stuff. I mean, that's just the way it is.
And that's the bottom line. I mean, their success translates into our success. So it's a bit selfish, but it works out for everybody, and that's what this whole business is built on, and that is us being able to support them to make them more successful than they would be without us. And I think we do a hell of a job doing that.
Yeah, I mean, again, just our firm talks about the same stuff, and hopefully you guys feel it as our clients, that the relationship part of it, the first call. If we have an accounting issue or something like that we hope it's us. We do. And the same for you guys, for your members. You hope that you're their first call.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the cool thing about you guys, Brett, is over the years, we've called you on a number of occasions. We didn't always just call and ask, the difference between a debit and a credit.
Is there such a thing?
We've talked about all kinds of business related issues, and I think that's what makes you guys so valuable to us.
Oh, thank you.
Is the fact that we know we have a partner that you may not know. Well, be honest, but you don't know many answers off the top of your head.
No, it's tough.
But you do take the call, and you do usually put us in touch with the right person. And I think our relationship kind of works the same way. You got to know us over the years better than you did that first go around. we know our stores today, I think, better than we did 10 years ago, just because of the whole marketing side of things.
I mean, I'm lucky to find my way to the office each day. So if I can do that,
Yeah.
then I can put kind of this
Yeah.
headset. I can be like a Bell telephone operator
There
from
you
back
go.
in the 20s.
There you go.
That's as far as I go with my knowledge base. So, so I mean, that leads to a great segue here. Not necessarily that I'm not very bright, but that, our firm does use a lot of the Dale Carnegie principles, as we talked about before we came in, and we use this thing called as there should be barriers pay out. And so I'm really curious, based upon the stuff we talked about client relationships, client service, you've talked about it already, but if you can surmise that, where do you stand today? And then the next question would be, where do you want to be?
Mm-hmm. It's a great question. And I think Ted just said this a few minutes ago. We've made some great strides, and we are making those connections more often. And I think it's a great position to be in now. I'm happy that we're here. I'm happy we're addressing a lot of that stuff. Implementing the tools to help get us there has been really great. So I'm glad we are where we are today, but we're not done. And that's probably the exciting part. Is there is a great opportunity to reconnect with a lot more members than we are today, and getting out there, getting involved with our members, getting to know our members on every level, figuring out how we can not just service them but help them, because the members that we interact with all the time, I mean, it sounds cliche, but we are family. We text, we communicate outside of just, hey, I need something, please design this for me, or please change my website. There's communication, and some of it's personal and it's friendly, and that resonates into a relationship that obviously we see at convention. It's great to see people, you get hugs because it's not just stiff and separate. We're real people serving real people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I look forward to in the future is finding more ways to get out there, finding more ways to connect with our members and really make a difference and continue to grow our program. It's not stagnant. We want it to grow.
Oh, so then what are the barriers then it takes to, how are you going to get there?
Well, there's always technology that is exciting and a huge barrier too. We mentioned Salesforce, and we are using that tool, and it has helped to gather data, and it's helped us stay focused on gathering some information. We need much more of that. And technology always takes time, and that's frustrating for a marketing person who wants it tomorrow. You have to be patient, and you have to go through development phases and that sort of thing. So, little bit of a pain point, but we'll get over that too. But it's all going through all of that. The end result is really what I'm excited about and what I look forward to.
Sure.
I think one of our biggest challenges still is our members are busy. They wear a lot of hats in their operation. Sometimes we're not top of mind. We want to become top of mind. We want to be, when there's an issue or something that comes up in their store, be it related to a piece of floor covering or related to a financial question.
Mm-hmm.
We want them to think, hey, I'm going to give Abbey a call. Maybe they, and it does happen. It's interesting how it does happen, where you'll get a call from a member and they'll say, I'm not sure if you're involved in this or, but what do you guys do with your workers' comp or, something of that nature? Or, during COVID, a lot of questions about all the governmental benefits or challenges, if you will, related to that. And we would get a lot of phone calls. So that's what we want to work towards. We want to be that top of mind, not just for floor covering, certainly for marketing, but all of our other ancillary things that we can help them with, that, we believe in all the relationships that we have. And we just want them to call us.
Yeah.
And I think it's easier to call somebody who you're comfortable speaking with. So that's where our marketing team comes in and our merchandising team comes in. So we can, foster those relationships on an ongoing basis throughout the course of the year, so that when questions and problems and anything else comes up at the store level, they do think of us. They think of their marketing specialist or their sales rep or, whoever it may be. And they call us.
So then the payout, at least to me, would be greater client stickiness. Maybe there's
Absolutely.
a financial reward for everybody in it. I mean, we haven't touched upon your payback program, but all of those things to me, and please answer, is where I see that this company can go.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. I mean, it's a win-win. I mean, we're a for-profit company, and all of our members are for-profit companies. We understand that.
That's
they
all
understand
okay.
the same thing, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So we're here to help them become more successful, which obviously then makes us more successful.
Yeah, no question. Well, so as we put the wraps on this, then you guys, I would be remiss. Today is Ted's 25th anniversary at Abbey Carpet.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a big blowout party that somebody organized, and here I am.
When do
with
the
a
balloons and stuff fall from the ceiling? Soon?
A set of headphones on my head.
Sorry. So congratulations on 25 years.
Thank
Again,
you. You know, it's interesting because I mean, it's a lot of years, and you blink and it goes by. But we have so many people. Like Bill just said, he's 24 plus. You know, he's in his 24th year. I mean, it really does, I think, speak to the company itself, and
the
Phil
culture.
and the culture. You know, we just have a lot of people that are, I guess it's twofold. We're getting old, but we got a lot of experience, and we do understand this business really well. And again, that's what I think makes us valuable, because we know what they're going through.
Sure.
We understand it. We've lived it for a long time as well. So
yeah, it was nice. I kind of tripped over your walker when I but that's okay. We'll get that moved.
Yeah.
So Bill, how much is that? What about some closing thoughts on where the company's headed, what you're looking forward to in the coming year?
Oh boy, there's a lot.
Yeah.
No, but really, it's just I want to see more advancement in what we're doing now. I think we have laid a very solid groundwork, a great foundation for growing not only our members, but as I mentioned earlier, engagement with members, and really nurturing those relationships. I look forward to a time when there's a need to increase the amount of marketing specialists, just because there's so many people engaged with us and involved with us, and that really would be, you know, exciting to see that it's not just us adding to add, it's a necessity, and that I think we're working towards that, and you can already see it. I mean, we talked about convention and how the energy was there. There's an energy in our membership, and I feel that in our building, here at corporate. I mean, there's a need to do more of what we're doing, and we are different. We're different from other organizations. We're different than other flooring organizations, because we are that family, and that's really what I look to the future. You know, if I could turn around and look back, I'd love to say, man, what great strides we made. You know, I'm excited to see where we are. I'm excited to see how many members we're involved with and doing business with, and I just want to see that grow and expand over the years.
Well, it's pretty fun, pretty exciting stuff.
He also, by the way, he didn't say it, but Bill does want to have a good run at the blackjack table at our convention in Las Vegas.
I was just going to ask, should we do the big reveal? So it's going to be Las Vegas, eh?
Vegas, baby.
All right. So do we know the dates by chance?
I don't.
Do not. It's okay. So sometime in February, though, I believe, right? Is that what the?
Yes,
okay.
It is February.
All right. So February, Las
latter
Vegas.
part.
Here we come.
Yep,
Looking forward to it.
Brand new Caesars Forum space, I guess. I'm not sure what the right word is, but it's a new venue. And it's a really cool venue, state of the art venue. A lot of technology going on inside the building. I think our stores will really enjoy the venue itself, and obviously a lot of our stores really love Vegas, and so do we. So
is Wayne Newton available?
Wayne will be there.
Good.
Yeah, Wayne will be there. Siegfried and Royd are coming out.
Which one? Anyway, no, I mean, you guys have always been just so great having these conventions, and I think, again, just saying, having been in your store during the time that you're actually preparing for a convention, how much work is involved in getting that thing done, man. I mean, it is. Yeah. It is your Super Bowl every year, and we're out there to do the stuff that we do for you guys right at that time, and it's remarkable what a generally a small team pulls off into this giant show. that
Yeah,
you guys
it
do.
it is a really a mean, lean machine when
Mhm.
it comes to convention. But again, you got a lot of people who've done it a lot of years, and so a lot of it is by kind of somewhat by the numbers,
Yeah.
and everybody just kind of embraces their role. They know what their role is, and we don't have to have a lot of run spot run type meetings. We just do it. We know
Mhm.
what's got to get done, and we just do it.
Oh, it always
So,
comes off very well. It just does.
yeah, and it
And every one of the folks that helps make that happen, they roll up their sleeves and
Yeah.
they take on more positions than you could imagine. It is, it's,
I mean, it's really cool because you don't, like I say, you don't have to ask. I mean,
Mhm.
and people, they just love to do it. They just love to make it happen and I think for them, they realize the payoff is a successful convention where everybody has fun. They get to bond with the people that they've grown to know over the years, face to face, and everybody just has a good time, and a lot of good things get done, not just from a business standpoint, but from a personal standpoint. They really enjoy each other's company. So
Yeah, you do have a good group. You just do.
we really do.
You're lucky, and I will say just to put the wraps on this, we are so fortunate and blessed to have you guys as business partners and clients. I mean, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be shooting this podcast if it wasn't for you guys today and all the other stuff that you do for us.
Yeah, well,
We
you
are
know
very
what?
grateful.
To kudos to you all as well, because I mentioned all the ancillary business partners that we have, and I got to tell you, Raymond's probably one of the more valuable ones. Not just because you're good accountants and good tax people and everything else, but you're good business advisors, and you're willing to roll up your sleeves and sit down and listen to our stores, at their level, and address the problems that they have. And I think that makes a difference too. We've got a number of them that have benefited from your services as well. So we
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for that. Well, our final sign off is thank you to those that are watching and listening. We really appreciate it. We have gotten some great feedback on these thus far. We'd like to keep doing them as long as they'll have us. So until next time, you guys, thank you very much. And we'll see you again real soon.